Hi, watch freshly slaughtered animals twitch, wiggle and dance their way to the grill. It's science. It's bizarre. It's a little creepy, but it's dinner at the end of the day. Subscribe if you like your meat with a side of motion.
When you slice into a piece of beef and the meat inside starts wriggling around, you might think, holy cow, are there parasites in there? But don't worry, that's not the case at all. The real reason behind this bizarre phenomenon is that the nerve endings in the beef haven't completely died off yet. So when you make that cut, it triggers this wild reaction that'll make you do a double take. And get this, it's not just beef that can pull off this freaky move. You might see it happen with bullfrogs or even fish. Picture this, you've got a fish that's already belly up and you toss it in the pot. But thanks to those stubborn nerve endings, that fish starts flopping around like it's trying to make a break for it. So when you find yourself in this situation, make sure you put a lid on that pot pronto. You don't want any of that scorching hot oil jumping out and giving you a nasty burn. Now let me ask you this, the first time you saw this crazy stuff going down, did it totally freak you out?
These are muscle spasms due to the active nerve cells in this meat.
Creepiest videos on the internet, Part 1. Dead meat caught moving on camera.
They're still alive. Look at that. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Look at that one. It's twitching. What? That is nuts. Man, that's some pretty meat.
The cut beef suddenly started twitching and pulsing, almost as if tiny worms were squirming inside the meat. Some people might assume the meat has gone bad and shouldn't be eaten, but in fact, this phenomenon actually proves how fresh the meat is. It's a normal physiological reaction known as post-mortem muscle spasms. So, if you ever see beef twitch like this, it's a sign the meat was very recently slaughtered and is extremely fresh.
These hanging cuts of beef are twitching like crazy. Slice into one, and the muscle still jerks like it's dancing its final dance. Why does fresh meat move? When an animal is slaughtered, its nervous system doesn't just shut off. Muscles retain residual ATP energy fuel, so even a slight stimulus, like a temperature change, can trigger involuntary contractions. That last twitch, that final spasm, it's not life. It's not consciousness. It's just biology's last stand muscles responding to their final signals. This phenomenon isn't unique to beef. Frog legs are the classic example. Even after being cleaned, they'll kick wildly, especially when dropped into a hot wok. So don't freak out. Dancing meat isn't alive. It's just life's last physical goodbye.
Beef meat still able to move after being sliced during Eid al-Adha.
This is what happens when a cow is killed. All the nerve endings aren't dead, so your raw meat can spasm for up to an hour after slaughter.
شو اسوي لها السعادة يمه هبا ثبتها ملح كلكم خرب لنا هاي حلال حرام حطها بالفرن يمه علي خافك مش ست رايك خرب لنا ترجيف الله حد اثر من بص ايدي انشلت
Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't worry, the meat's not haunted, it's just really fresh. So next time your dinner dances, don't run, just grab a fork. Remember, if your food moves before it's cooked, that's not horror, it's quality. No animals were scared during the process, just maybe a few humans watching. Subscribe for more meat with rhythm, because here the kitchen comes alive, literally.